Hello, and welcome to yet another episode of Maza Bitcoin. Riding through a very beautiful area of Vietnam along the coast. Just gorgeous. I rode this 6 years ago from north to south. I'm doing a trip this time. This trip now is, we just entered the bay here, as you can see. I'm doing this trip this time. Let's see if I can turn this camera around. Can I turn the camera around? Hello. More of the same shit. Dogs love to chase my feet. So here is the golden beaches, the unused golden beaches of Vietnam. Just some of them. I'm on a bicycle. If you're new here, welcome. I guess I'll leave this camera on here. I'll show you my bike for people that are new. So there's the bike. Can you see it in there? The sun's quite big here. Okay, there's the bike. Yes, there's the bike along the coast of Vietnam. As I said, I'm headed from south to north, which creates, there's a lot of wind, and the wind typically goes from north to south. Not always. So today I want to talk about the re-emergence of, the rebirth of Libra coin. And I'm going to turn the camera around so you guys can watch the road pass by in Vietnam here as I ride. This ride, although there may be some fits and starts, maybe even some stops in certain cities where I'm, need to haul my ass back to some place for a week or two to deal with something and then continue the ride from Asia to Europe. I'll leave the camera on this angle. I don't know how this video is going to turn out, but so I want to touch on Libra coin, because Libra is the coin that Facebook made. And the thing about the Facebook Libra coin is that a lot of the companies, Visa and MasterCard being part of the companies that were a part of the framework of banks and large institutions that wanted to be a part of Libra. So, but recently it looked like Libra was dead on arrival, and Zuckerberg was sequestered back to Congress to answer questions about Libra coin, because not unlike, hello, hi. Not unlike Bitcoin, it poses a threat to their world hegemony, their power to just create money out of thin air, which is the opposite of Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we have to use their fake money, we have to use ingenuity, we have to use a lot of electricity, which gives it its inherent or intrinsic value, if you will. So Libra coin comes back in the news. They have that meeting in Davos, Switzerland recently, and they say, oh, a lot of the states that said Libra is never going to be anything, it's terrible. But now these same countries, Switzerland among them, is saying, well, maybe Libra coin's not so bad. Maybe it's a good idea, maybe. So what does it mean? Well, we all know what it means. It means Mark Zuckerberg has been paying money to the right people in the right positions, in the right proper banking positions to be able to continue on with his press for creating the world's new monetary system. Now, the problem with Libra coin is that it's centralized. It's not decentralized at all. The problem with Libra coin is that it's worse than the current system we have. The current system we have now, at least in the United States, I'm not in the United States, and I choose to spend as much time away from that place as possible because it's not free. So at least the system that we currently use, the fractional reserve lending system that we currently use, at least we have something called cash. So you can use cash and remain anonymous in your purchases. And as everyone may or may not know, our lives and our cultures and everything we do is all based on the almighty dollar. The dollar and money in general, what we refer to money, controls us, controls all of us. And so we don't want somebody controlling our money, which is currently what we have, but we get a little reprieve in the fact that we can use cash, right? Cash, you can still be anonymous. But with this Libra situation and the obvious push towards non-paper currencies, electronic only, if we're going to use it, we need decentralized electronic currency. We already have electronic currency. It's controlled, right? We need decentralized electronic currencies like Bitcoin. And really only Bitcoin's the one that can afford us with this luxury. And it's this freedom, right? For humans to move forth into the future, into a more free human existence, a better human existence with less war and less misery and less deliberate death and social and financial strife, we need to move forth into a world in which Bitcoin is the default storage of value. And that is where we'll go. Just like when they told us that using the internet was only for drug dealers and terrorists and kiddie porn watchers. They told us not to use the internet. If you don't believe me, go onto YouTube when you're done with this video and research around 1992, 93, and those years, 94, they all told us that the internet was for terrorists. And now look at it. And we don't use America Online, which was centralized and controlled by a group of men. We don't want that with our money. We have that currently. We don't want it. We want the indigenous money of the HTT protocol Hyperledger system of an open source network called the World Wide Web. We use that. We're not using America Online anymore. Let that sink in. Research America Online. When they attempted to force the whole world to use a controlled internet. The world didn't like it. We didn't like it. No, eventually we used a decentralized internet, an open source network where people could add to the code. The same thing will happen with money, because humans in the end will choose freedom, and I think that good will win in the end. So be cautious, be cognizant of these coins like Libra coin and Facebook, like Mark Zuckerberg, who has clearly done nothing but steal people's information for his own and his company's benefit. And yes, he's one of the God's chosen people that run the entire financial system and the media. We all know. But we don't want that future. And they want that future because that's a future they can control. I don't want my kids controlled. You don't want your kids controlled. You don't want your future controlled. No, you don't want it. You want freedom. And Bitcoin is freedom. Whereas Libra coin, it's not Libra, it's Libre. Libre, right? In Spanish means freedom. And that's what we want. We don't want Libra. We don't want this bullshit centralized coin that's controlled by the same and some new assholes that control us currently, right? We don't want that. That's not good for us. Wow, it's an interesting landscape here. Very interesting. Look at the rocks there in this mountain. I don't know how this is going to come out in the camera. Of course, I'm on the road. I'm traveling 100 kilometers a day, and sometimes in the very hardcore headwind It's been bad recently. 最近这个逆风真的很讨厌，很辛苦。我每天就是一直强迫自己骑了前面去。无论如何，那个风多大 ，It's been rough, but I'm pushing through it. I'll push up to Nha Trang. Nha Trang is roughly 160. Oh no, now I'm down to 140 kilometers. I'm about 141 kilometers away from Nha Trang currently. But what a beautiful ride, except for the wind. The wind sucks. But remember, look into Bitcoin, research Bitcoin, not just from this channel. In this channel, my attempt and my focus on this channel is to get the layman, the common man, to understand why the system we use sucks, why the system we use controls us, and it's not going to be our future. Our future will be a coin or a money. We already have computerized money. That's not what we're trying to accomplish here. What we are trying to accomplish is a computerized money that's not controlled by just a small group of special people who have a lot more than you and me. Just like George Carlin said, it's a big club and you're not in it. And he was right. Wow, look at that cool temple ahead. So the importance, sorry for the abrupt move here. The importance of Bitcoin is self-evident. The more research someone, whoever it is, you are one of very few people that know about this channel. You may not care about Bitcoin. You may not care about traveling or bicycling, that's fine. Maybe you can recommend the channel to someone who does care about human freedom and who does care about things like travel and who think this is cool. That's great. Feel free to hit the dislike button and don't forget to unsubscribe from my channel. It's very important. Look at that cool temple there. That's fucking cool. So I'm running a video most every day. You'll just get a little clip of my current ride. I have the facial camera on right now, so I don't know if this facial camera, the way this video is going to turn out, I have no idea. It may be very loud from the wind. I'm not sure. And look, next to that beautiful temple is a Petrolamex. Oh, great. It's great positioning. Great juxtaposition. You've got the Petrolamex and a beautiful ancient temple or something like that behind it. Buddhist temple. Yeah, who will win? Petrolamex or the temple? Anyway, I'll post something later perhaps. I'm not online now. I'm just using the video camera function. I'm looking for food, man. Today is Tet, something Tet. It's the Vietnamese New Year, just like today is Chinese New Year. And I'll say to all my Chinese viewers, which maybe are 3 or 4, 今天我要说新年快乐了，恭喜你们，给我红包。And so, yeah, Chinese New Year, it's a nice thing to avoid in Taiwan or China this time of year. It's freezing cold, and it's not my cup of tea. But maybe it's others' cups of tea, just not mine. Anyway, the landscape here is beautiful, as you can see. Some mountainous landscape, some sand, some ocean. I'll probably post another short video later tonight and then put them online when I get Wi-Fi. Until next time, from Mother Bitcoin, ciao ciao.